MicroStrategy stock analysis. Okay guys, so MicroStrategy is the hottest Bitcoin crypto stock right now, and as I mentioned in my latest video, Bitcoin just broke out over $40,000 thanks to Elon Musk and Tesla. They ended up adding 1.5 billion in Bitcoin in this video. So I'm going to talk about this stock that I ended up buying at around $530. My average purchase price around $540, $550, and I'm already up basically over 100% on this position, and this stock is MicroStrategy, guys. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I think MicroStrategy has the potential to go to even maybe $10,000 a share this year. Yes, this is one of the candidates for a 10x stock. And also, guys, I'm going to explain to you exactly my strategy, how I'm personally buying this and things like that. Before I get into this video, guys, I want to talk about Webull. Have you gotten your 2 free stocks yet? So all you have to do is click the link in the description below or go to investortrip.com/Webull. Grab your 2 free stocks, guys. Let me know which free stocks you get once you open a brokerage account, deposit at least $100. So back into MicroStrategy, what is going on with this stock? So MicroStrategy stock is up 167% this year, and over the last 52 weeks, this stock is up a ridiculous 580%. So MicroStrategy is basically a small cap company. MicroStrategy is basically an intelligence and futuristic company based out of Sterling, Virginia, and they're currently trading at around a $10 billion market cap, and most of this is due to their purchases in Bitcoin, guys. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin that MicroStrategy holds and why it's so valuable. So as you can see here, we're on CoinDesk. Here is an article that was posted last week, and it says MicroStrategy now holds 71,079 Bitcoins. So this is the CEO of MicroStrategy. Name is Michael Saylor. I'm going to talk a bit more about him throughout the rest of this video, but right now I want to kind of just explain to you guys why this stock is going so high. So what has MicroStrategy done? Well, MicroStrategy has basically figured out that after we had the whole pandemic situation last year and governments all over the world started printing a ton of money to basically pump liquidity and to, boost the global economy that was basically, suffering so much from the lockdowns. This guy, Michael Saylor, was one of the first CEOs on Wall Street to actually add Bitcoin to his company's balance sheet. So as you can see here, it says on the company's earnings call last week, Michael Saylor said his company will continue to actively manage its balance sheet, progressively acquire more Bitcoin at prices that probably keep going up. So what does this mean? Well, right now, MicroStrategy holds more Bitcoin than any other publicly traded company in America, period. So even more than Tesla. So just recently, Tesla purchased around 35,000 or something like that Bitcoins and spent 1.5 billion. Well, MicroStrategy owns nearly twice as much of that at 71,079 Bitcoins. So if we do a quick bit of math, so if we do a little bit of math here, what I simply did is I multiplied MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings and then times the current Bitcoin price. Obviously, the price will fluctuate, but as I'm recording the video, it's sitting at about $46,000. So that's right around $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. So now, why is this stock trading so high? Well, a lot of people don't really have cryptocurrency accounts. They're really kind of on the fence about Bitcoin and things like that, and they're not really exactly sure where this is heading. So MicroStrategy has proved as a nice alternative to buying Bitcoin outright, because simply MicroStrategy holds more Bitcoins than any other publicly traded company. And Michael Saylor, he is basically the face of the whole Bitcoin movement for corporations and things like that. If you guys check out some other videos on YouTube and just type in his name, you'll see that he's been, if you guys watch CNBC, he's been on CNBC a ton, talking about Bitcoin, talking about how fiat money is a melting ice cube, talking about how Bitcoin is digital gold, how it's the money of the future, how more and more people are realizing that by working for fiat dollars, they continue to print them. It's like stealing our time, because over time, and you've seen it, throughout my life, when I was back in high school, I could walk into any store, and if I had $1 in my pocket, or not even high school, maybe when I was like a kid, like early teens or something like that. If you could walk into most stores, you had, $1 bill, you could walk out of the store with something, maybe, a pack of gum and some, baseball cards or something like that. But now, because they've printed so much fiat money, now prices just continue to go up. And the dollar has lost 99% of its purchasing power since they took it off the gold standard back in the 70s. So what corporations are realizing is that basically by just holding fiat dollars, so just by holding the US dollar in your bank account, you're basically losing 10, 15, 20% of your purchasing power every year. And why is this? Well, we have to talk a little bit about something called the M3 money supply. So now I'm going to pull up that chart. So what is the M3 money supply? Well, the M3 money supply is like a collection of all of the money sitting in like bank accounts, brokerage accounts, and things like that. And as you can see here, we're currently sitting at, I got this graph from Fred Economic Data, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. So as you can see here, you see here this big spike here. So this big spike here was the money that the United States government added basically, you know, for the stimulus packages and things like that. So nearly 25% of the money supply in the United States was created over the last year. And as you can see here, you know, over the years, there's just been more and more and more and more and more currency printed. So what this means is based on the laws of supply and demand. The more supply there is of something, the lower demand. So as you can see here, as long as this graph continues to go up, there's going to be more and more dollars pumped into American society and throughout the world. So we can basically guarantee, unless this somehow reverses, which I really don't, you know, it hasn't reversed in 6 years. I don't see why it would reverse anytime soon. And it seems to be accelerating right now. So basically what's going on is that Bitcoin and stocks like MicroStrategy are a way to hedge against the printing of fiat currency. As they continue to print more and more and more of it, we have more stimulus, perhaps another $1,400 stimulus check coming out. That means that we could see the dollar lose even more value. So right now, you know, there's no telling how long or how fast this whole decline of the dollar is going to go. But what we do know is that Bitcoin is a way to hedge yourself against massive currency inflation. So now going back to MicroStrategy, why would you buy MicroStrategy stock? Well, there's a couple of reasons why you might be interested in MicroStrategy stock. The first simple thing is you don't want to buy Bitcoin outright, okay? So maybe you don't have a cryptocurrency trading account, maybe you don't have a digital wallet. You can buy this stock because this company has more Bitcoins than anybody else in the United States, this corporation. So, and the good thing about MicroStrategy is that they're planning to continuously buy Bitcoin. So it's not like they just have 71,000 coins and that's it. No, they're going to continuously be adding to that treasury reserve and basically holding more Bitcoin. So this is a way that I've personally played it. Now, I personally do own Bitcoins through Coinbase, but I've also personally bought this stock as kind of a treasury reserve for myself as well. So that way I have Bitcoin and I have MicroStrategy. So those are the two ways that I'm basically playing the whole Bitcoin. Okay, so now we're going to bring up their fourth quarter financial results. So guys, we're always going to talk about the underlying numbers of this company and what's been going on. So obviously the majority of the attention for MicroStrategy has been their Bitcoin investments, but there are some other interesting things going on. And what I'm interested in is the potential for this company to actually be investing in Bitcoin data. So as you know, we're going through this whole transition of cloud computing and doing things digitally. It's potential that MicroStrategy, since they own so much Bitcoin, they could be releasing lots of Bitcoin-backed data products to companies and things like that and kind of revolutionizing this whole industry, because right now, you know, Bitcoin is up a ton, but we're still in its infancy and no one really knows exactly where it's going to go. So there's going to be a lot of products that are going to be launching. And as you can see, companies like PayPal are already jumping on this and adapting as well. So let's kind of go over those recent quarterly numbers. So, you know, this company in the last quarter generated $131 million in revenue, and the net income was about 27 cents per share on a diluted basis, guys. So obviously this company is a profitable company. It's not generating a ton of money, you know, only 27 cents per share, but it is profitable, so it's not losing a ton of money. And of course, the most interesting thing is their digital assets. So as you can see here, they've added Bitcoin to their balance sheet, and they also hold around $60 million in cash. So this doesn't include their most recent purchase, but back when they posted this quarterly release, they had started buying Bitcoin at around $15,000, and then they've been adding to it as the price has gone up. So guys, I think this is an excellent opportunity here. You've got a profitable company that has the potential to release more data products related to Bitcoin. They just had a Bitcoin seminar, a webinar over the internet. Over 8,000 CEOs from all over the world attended it. And I think that's one of the reasons why this stock is running up very high as well. So let's talk a little bit about the future price prediction. So Right now, MicroStrategy is a company that is going to continuously buy Bitcoin and is going to trade very, very closely to the price of Bitcoin. So where do I think this stock is going in the future? All right, guys, now I have a prediction of a $10,000 a share for MicroStrategy stock by 2022. And the reason why I have this price prediction is simply because this company is going to continue to buy more Bitcoins, and Bitcoin is going to continue to soar in price. So it's just February. I still have a price prediction of Bitcoin for $1 million by the end of this year, simply because of its scarcity and the fact that the government is going to print a ton more money under the Joe Biden presidency. It's just guaranteed to happen. And, a lot of people aren't aware of Bitcoin. So by the end of the year, I think, Bitcoin will be a household name. Tesla bought Bitcoin. They're going to accept, payments in Bitcoin. So this is just the beginning, guys. So right now, assuming a pre-adjusted split price of around $10,000 a share, this is another 10x stock. And I think last year when I started talking about Tesla back in February, March, and April, right when it bottomed and it ended up becoming the stock of the year, I think MicroStrategy is going to be the stock of 2021. So last year, Tesla, that was like the EV boom, and it's still, the EVs are still booming, but a lot of the run-up came from last year. I think this year's the Bitcoin boom. So this year, I think MicroStrategy is the stock of the year. And one of the mistakes I made with Tesla, I ended up selling it too much. I was up 100%. I sold some, and then I had to end up buying it back at a higher price. For MicroStrategy, I'm not going to sell a share this time. I'm just going to simply hold on to them. So I really think that this company is a trendsetter. They were the first company to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet, and I think by the end of the year, the majority of companies on the NASDAQ are going to have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So that's just my prediction, guys. So let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more updates. And be sure to check out my daily Stock Watch newsletter, guys. You can get that by going to the description below and subscribing, or going to investortrip.com/newsletter. I talk about MicroStrategy and other stocks that I'm watching every day, Monday through Friday. Be sure to check out my private Discord chat as well. I talk about these stocks with other members of our community. So that's it until next time, guys. Take care.